What up, homies? It's Hash Info. Man, have I got a show for you. We got potatoes on the go right here. This pan is going to be warming up ever so slightly and quickly. That says peace on it, so the corporations aren't going to like that at all. They don't make money off peace, right? They don't get to invade foreign lands and conquer their water supplies if they have peace, right? Then come in and do their own construction deals. Backdoor construction deals. You can't have backdoor construction deals for your corporations if there's peace, right? How you doing? I am the most infamous live streamer in the world. I'm of course Hash Info. There's a lot of pussies in this world. Don't be one of them, alright? A lot of people doing weird shit to other people. You gotta catch them. Crush them. Like weasels and bugs. So, like the vermin they are. Now, I've got no dishes up here, so we're going to try and figure out how we make something without having the proper supplies. I've never done this before. First thing up for grabs is the breading. I'm going to have a real heck of a time with that. Oh, I have a bowl. We have a bowl, but we don't have a way to saturate. Yeah, see, I'm left with no dry. I guess I could use a piece of paper towel because at the end of it, when I'm done with that, I'm throwing it out, right? I don't save my breadcrumbs, right? Yeah. So I've just nailed a new concept. It's called the two slicer. Let's bring you over to the two slice machine. We'll get chopping on something else I've chopped up. We've got to get the let's make our mixture. So we'll pop and drop back over here now. Look onto it as I teach you nubs how to cook really awesome food. All right. We'll start out with what I can only describe as awesome. I do have a bag in here actually, or one or two bags. I could put the mixture in here and shake and bake it, you know what I mean? Then I could use the bowl for what we're doing next, which is obviously, actually, we have to get some almond drink in the bowl and start saturating the oyster mushrooms. Not too much because like I said, you dump that down your sink when you're done. You just want to wet them really considerably and awesomely. These mushrooms are from Superstore. We're going to analyze them here on the show. That's what we do. I'll put that in there. This one's a little mushy today from Superstore. Fuck you, Superstore. Selling the overpriced mushy oyster mushrooms pisses me off. So I'm almost done with the oyster mushrooms. The potatoes that I've diced are almost ready for the hot oil. We're having pan fries today. You gotta see it to believe it, man. But first things first, let's swish these oyster mushrooms around in their new humble abode, otherwise known as that bowl of almond drink. We'll get some of these breadcrumbs. There's probably tons of breadcrumbs in there. That's shake and bake. It's the No Name Original Mix. And I'm gonna put in some of this. This is my secret concoction. I use some of that, and then I bop and draw with some of this. And I break that one down because the panko breadcrumbs are a little bit big. And that's why we break them down a bit. Break them down like a shitty politician. Don't give them no wiggle room. soon as you know you got a crook in your midst, fry him like a cheeseburger on the stand, under oath. All right. Now we're gonna take a fork, put this on this side. We're gonna roll the bag down a bit for a minute, because when you're placing the stuff into the bag, what you want to do is make sure that, let's get that on there. This is a little tripod for the breadcrumbs, and you can just give these a little soak like that. You're not mashing them and crashing them, you're just bopping and dropping, right? Now you want to just take these beautiful oyster mushrooms you've soaked in, and there, actually I've got a couple more ingredients I'm going to pop in here. I've been doing a different blend here. These are secret ingredients, so fuck off. So, like so. Next, I think we're good there. Oh yeah, we're gonna pop and drop some of this. There you go. Nice and plentiful in the mixture. Now you grab your, there's a single mushroom in there. I'm just gonna do this one time. Like you don't know how to shake and bake something. Like if you don't, man. So you gotta put air in the bag, right? You're not mashing it all around. Now you're just gonna tip it upside down. Leave it there, kind of gyrate it. And you're gonna do the same thing 2 or 3 more times. But that's it. Once this is done, right there, pull them out, you know. How you pull them out? Very easy. You put your hand in the bag, levitate up, and you just bop and drop. Shake to the side, grab your, we're gonna place some, we'll put them up here we'll put them here for now. Just give me a second. I gotta turn this oil back on. Running cooking shows is very important to always pay attention to what you're doing. And I guarantee you not a lot of people can run a cooking show like the Hash Man. So, moving on real quick like now. You want to pop and drop. And you don't want to overcrowd the mushrooms. If you're noticing that there is a problem going on, you got to get with it quick. You don't want your shit clumping. If you got breadcrumbs clumping, you can't even tell what's a mushroom after a while and what's a breadcrumb, you know what I mean? So you fucked up, okay? Now, these are perfectly extra crispy coated, and we're going to take good special care of them. You will not be able to get a coating that perfect. This is the first time I've ever made such a perfect coating. Don't kid yourself. This ain't no fucking joke. Next thing you're going to do is pop 3 in this time. Why wouldn't you? Spin the wheel, upside down. I highly recommend people out there very carefully watch who you talk to from now on. I see things differently. Holy shit. You think they are people you don't know. Fuck, are you wrong? Fuck, are you wrong? They are everywhere. See, you don't get to be as corrupt and powerful from only having 1 or 2 corrupt and powerful friends. You get to be corrupt and powerful when there is a network of fucking corrupt and powerful people around the world. Okay? You see what I did there? Yeah, it's serious. So when you think about it, if there is a plan to how do you word this? So corporations right now are downsizing. You can look in any corporation, they're downsizing. They don't have money anymore. To pay you, they want all the profits for themselves. So how do you do that? You hire AI. something that doesn't sleep, something that doesn't eat, doesn't require breaks, no lunches. And you can have 7 fucking AIs, the same AI system, running 7 calls. No human on Earth can answer 7 calls simultaneously. So you're all fucked. Equally. There's not like, oh, you're more fucked than the other guy. Unless, see, with yeah, I actually am not getting into it because this is just going to spark them in the next area. So what I have to do is concentrate on the areas they are about to conquer and take over right away. And that is the the ability to answer a phone will be the first. Customer service will be the first to get hit, then tech support. And if you don't think that's a big thing, that's huge. Families all over the world will be bankrupted overnight. Do you have debt right now? Okay. Is the tech support person in your family the #1 breadwinner? Okay. Can the tech support person shovel rocks to make the same amount of money every day? No? Oh, fuck. Your techie is going to have a hard time paying for his Porsche. Paying for his Lexus, whatever he's got. So, and then does he have a family, right? So fuck the car. Like, you lose your car away. Well, the next thing you're going to lose is your house. And then your wife's going to leave you for some fucking Dubaian billionaire, right? Or your husband's going to leave you for a rich, woman that has a lot of money. Probably not from Dubai, right? See what I did there? I don't know if do you actually? Is there high IQ people in the chat? Oh, fuck. When you know, guys. And it's, like I said, it's fucking bad. So, I come on here to do shows to make you understand things, right? And give you the short and the sweet of it. I'm not here to just tinker around the middle and tell you, well, today, you know what I learned? So, oh man, I buckle up. This is gonna be a doozy today, guys. Well, and now this episode is brought to you by 7 different sponsors that don't give a fuck about humanity again, but I'm gonna tell you about them, cause you know what I mean, right? I gotta make a buck. I gotta make a buck too, right? So, the problem is actually the majority of people have subscribed to a complete donk who has overshadowed the Hashman for no good reason besides the Hashman is not allowed to be seen by the masses due to the fact that there is a lot of corruption in social media right now regarding violations of free speech. Doesn't matter what country in, 5th Amendment, fucking Charter of Rights and Freedoms. I don't know if Australia even has anything. I don't think you guys were ever actually given actual rights. You see what I did there? Yeah, it's pretty bad. My potatoes are nearing completion. About 5-10 minutes on those, maybe 17 minutes. Who knows? Who gives a fuck? But they're going to be done when they're done, right? And then we've got lettuce to chop, tomatoes to chop. Let's get that moving right now. Put this in the recycler. There's half a bag of this. We'll put this inside here and get that ready for who knows when. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next day. Who gives a fuck, right? Let's get that out of the way. Put it up here with the other shit, which I put next to this shit here. Get that the fuck out of here. We'll get our garlic going. We're gonna have garlic potatoes. And I've got to make a gravy, so the gravy is going to be over here somewhere, if I have any up here. If not, the wife has some probably. I don't actually know for sure, but I think we do. I think we still have gravy packs. If not, we're fucked. You know what I mean? We're out of gravy. We got maple syrup, but I got no fucking gravy. You know what I mean? So we got some different packages here. I'm going to get these to the wife because this is just fucked. Oh, she'll know what to do with this shit. And time. So we got that. I gotta flip this shit here for sure. So we'll put this shit down there. Let's flip these mushrooms. I'll show you what we got going on in the kitchen here. Everything's gonna be finishing up really quickly now. We're gonna just pop these mushrooms right on the counter, like onto the paper towel I'm putting down here. 17 pieces here, so as to be awesome. We'll do that. Let's get this shit out of the way. Dump that out in a minute. Let's get us closer to the action. So, anybody watching hockey? No? Good. You're not a bunch of solid fucking goofs then, eh? Anybody doing home renovations right now? Bosses. Legends. I was just out there today grading my entire fucking yard. You know? What did you do today, fucking corporate scum, besides steal from 400,000 different people at once? Right? Fucking losers. I'm really not liking the corporate vibe. I just see it's a lazy workforce the corporation has. You know, a job type you can't be lazy in? Construction. Now, there are lazy construction workers, they're just really fucking poor, right? You don't make very much money, you don't got nothing, you're probably renting. You're a lazy construction worker, you rent. You know what I mean? Probably not too bright, definitely renting. You know what I mean? So the potatoes are potatoing right now. And I gotta say, that's awesome. Fucking love a good potato bud. Let these little shrimp cocktails cook off, motherfucker. These are so good. You kick your granny in the back for a bite of one of these, you know that, eh? Alright, so now that we've got this going, I want to get out the toppings for this. It's going to be this, that, and the other. And now, we'll turn this fucker right side up, upside down. Let's go. Let's go. I gotta get the, I have to grab ingredients right now. Gravy, plates, and other shit too. I can't even. Whoa, cutlery plates, gravy packs. nice fresh air coming in. Holy crow. These mushrooms are done. Epic cooking time on these mushrooms. Fastest batch yet. So turn the pan off, and then we'll switch gears to probably just put you down here. I mean, the fuck, right? Crispy mushrooms going down. These little fucking beauties will please any bitch. You know what I mean? Crabby bitches, naggy bitches, you name a bitch. Karen bitch, they gonna satisfy her. If you are related to a fucking Karen, make her this meal ASAP and find some relief in your day. Put a piece of paper towel over the top of this and just ever so slightly, I'm gonna two-ply this bitch. That's how we roll, baby. Now I'll show you a trick of the trade. You're gonna flop and drop and mesmerize her. You know what I'm saying? Watch me nay-nay. Watch me dance. Oh my God. We're making my magic nuts tonight. I'm making all kinds of stuff. A salad right away, but I'm making my magic nuts almost instantaneously. I just got to change out that piece of parchment. My oven is ready to go. And the board and all that. You guys want to tune in for that episode. Cooking with the Hash Man. No solid pussy. No solid pussies allowed. None. So 94% of you can fuck right off, you know what I mean? Now if you've subscribed to me already, then you're part of the 6% of cool people left, you know what I mean? Everywhere I go, statues crumble from me. And I know just how you feel. Whatever fucking happened to Jonah Hill? What happened to James Franco? What happened to Seth Rogen? You know what I mean? Where the fuck is Will Smith? You guys see what I'm doing right now? Oh, you guys don't? You never heard what they did? Have you seen the movie Gemini? Oh, shit. Have you seen the movie Gemini? Do you know what the fuck Gemini is about? Have you seen that movie with Jamie Foxx on Netflix? Yeah, that one. That's what I'm talking about. Gemini, they replicate Will Smith. Gemini Man, whatever the fuck it's called, they replicate Will Smith. Duplicate him. Anybody in the chat? Yes! Greg from Calgary, who's staying at Jeff from Calgary's place. Go ahead, Greg. Yep, that's correct. A clone is another word for a duplicate. When you're referring to something, they call them clones. Interesting. Did you guys hear about Taylor Swift? They found a leg bone on the beach, and they said it washed up. But when I talked to Robert, check this out. Hey Google, are you fucking always listening?
I do not use profanity, nor do...
Hey, did you know that a leg bone washed up onto shore near Taylor Swift's fucking house?
Yes, a human leg bone was found washed ashore near her Rhode Island home. It was later identified as belonging to a missing man, and police said no foul play was suspected.
Oh, that's so sad. Now I've got a question for you. Do leg bones float?
Isolated human leg bones, especially the dense cortical bone of the femur, are generally denser than water and will sink. The bone found near the house likely floated due to decomposition gases within the whole body before separating.
He's fucking covering for it. What the fuck? That wasn't my question, you fuck. What the fuck?
I apologize if I
I asked you yes or fucking no. Do leg bones float?
They do not float. They are denser than water and typically sink.
Whoa. What the fuck does that mean then? Did you hear about the fucking leg bone that mysteriously floated to Taylor Swift's house?
Bones themselves sink because they are dense. However, the remains were reported as washed ashore, meaning they were carried by the tide and waves, not necessarily floating. They likely came from...
Yeah, but we're talking about dense shit like rocks, and then you take the weight of that density, and that wouldn't fucking wash ashore, bitch. Don't make up shit. Or we'd have fucking leg bones all over the world washing up the shore right fucking now, goof.
Dense objects like rocks and bones can be washed ashore by wave action and strong currents, despite not being buoyant.
So we have to now check out the meteorological data to see what strong currents force that fucking leg bone in, and we'll be able to exactly figure out when and where that man hit the water, or at least that the leg hit the water. Yeah?
Yes, forensic oceanography uses meteorological data, wind, waves, temperature, and ocean current models to reconstruct the drift path of bodies or remains to estimate the
Funny, do you think they did that when fucking Taylor Swift's leg bone fucking washed ashore?
Publicly available reports confirm the leg bone was identified as belonging to a missing man, Eric Wine, but they do not specifically detail if the police used forensic oceanography to model its drift path.
Oh, fuck. Funny. You would have thought they would have done that first. Don't you think so? Unless maybe something is extra suspicious out there. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. Fart, fart. Haha. Not really. Just scared. What?
Authorities usually focus on identifying the remains first using DNA or dental records, especially if the victim is a missing person.
Yeah, I mean, who cares where the fuck he actually came from? I mean, identifying him wouldn't be possible if you knew where he came from, right? Way harder.
It's actually the opposite. Knowing the point of entry is a critical piece of information.
I was actually being a fucking goof like you were when you replied with that first goof sentence you said before that. Obviously, they should have first looked at where the body washed up from, and that could actually tell if there was foul play. But since they never bothered to check on where the fucker washed up from, where he might have where he lost his leg, when his leg actually fell off. You know what I mean? It somehow just accidentally fell off of him. Fuck.
If they were confident in the DNA match to a specific missing person and that person's last...
If they didn't want to actually figure out how the fucking guy's leg fell off.
They determined the cause was likely natural factors.
Yeah, I'm sure his fucking leg just naturally fell off him while he was walking next to the dock and then he slipped in the water. You know what I mean?
Skeletal disarticulation in water is a natural post-mortem process.
Yeah, post-mortem. Why was he in the fucking water dead, bro?
The information available in the context only confirms he was a missing person.
Oh, so again, like they don't actually know where he went into the water and what day, and they never actually checked traffic cameras or any of the AI fucking technology they had available. They didn't bother. Doesn't that seem a little suspicious?
Police police actively requested surveillance or doorbell video footage from residents.
They requested fucking doorbell footage from a leg that washed up on the beach. Well, fuck, isn't that miraculous? These dudes are fucking epic Sherlock Holmeses, eh?
The police requested footage from the area where Eric Wine's car was found in South Kingstown on April 10th, over a month before his remains washed up.
Oh, so now they found a car with what? Where were his keys located?
The information only states his vehicle was found.
Oh, so they actually haven't done a thorough investigation because there is no information. Wow. I want to move to the States really fast.
Police publicly stated the investigation is concluded with no foul play suspected.
How in the fuck would they know there's no foul play? There is simply a fucking leg bone washed ashore next to fucking Taylor Swift's house.
A forensic examination by the medical examiner would...
Let's just rule that a fucking simple accident. Oh, someone's leg fell off. Must be an accident. Yeah, rule it accidental.
The investigation was concluded with no foul play.
Yeah, because it was an accident. Legs always just... My Alma's leg, both her fucking legs just flew off one time while she was playing bingo. It's true.
I understand your frustration with the no foul play conclusion, as the public details, only a single leg bone found, do appear incomplete. However, in these types of cases, the medical examiner's determination is based on the forensic examination of the bone itself, looking for cuts versus natural separation.
Oh, when you say these types of cases, are they high profile when the bodies fucking wash up next to the fucking... you know what I'm saying?
Yes, the celebrity proximity, the remains found near Taylor Swift's house, makes the case much more high profile and draws intense media attention, which then amplifies public scrutiny of the investigation.
Good thing they ran the least fucking thorough investigation and closed that fucking case as fast as possible, eh? Officer Bumpkin up to no good again.
They officially closed the case after the remains were identified, and the medical examiner determined no foul play, which is standard procedure when an identity is confirmed and criminal activity is ruled out.
How the fuck do you rule out criminal activity if it's just a leg bone?
The medical examiner rules out criminal activity by performing a forensic examination on the bone, looking for signs of sharp force trauma or tool marks inconsistent with natural disarticulation by decomposition and marine scavengers. Disarticulation from these natural processes is...
So, I want to see the fucking forensic report on that body.
Police have not made the Rhode Island medical examiner's full forensic report, including the official cause and manner of death, publicly available.
And that doesn't seem suspicious at all?
The lack of public release of full forensic details is common in cases where the investigation is closed and no foul play is suspected, though it often leads to continued public speculation.
So, because they say it's over with, the public has no right to know anything, and we pay for the services of the fucking public servants. Do you see the problem with this?
There is a recognized tension between public right to...
So, public right to know is that so we know there is no fucking foul play being done behind the scenes between the people who run the pigs and who oversee the other people who oversee them. And I'm like, I gotta keep that light.
Public information access laws, often called freedom of information or right to know laws, aim to maintain government transparency and allow oversight, which includes scrutinizing the integrity of investigations.
What's the name of the medical examiner that fucking wrote that poor man's leg right off as a fucking accident?
The The specific name of the medical examiner who handled the case for the Rhode Island office of the state medical examiners is not available in the context provided.
Oh, I fucking knew that already. I just wanted to have you say it. So they're covering for that person, eh?
I can only share the publicly available information which does not name the specific medical examiner. I cannot confirm speculation about a cover-up.
Yes or no, is a cover-up possible based off the information put forth?
It is possible for any information to be withheld from the public, but public information does not confirm a cover-up.
It's the lack of information that leads me to question the inability of an entire police force to run an investigation and use oceanic data to discover where the body originated, and it's not posted?
Investigators typically use oceanic drift data to narrow a search for a missing person, but once the body is identified and the manner of death is ruled non-criminal, police are not legally required to publicly release the detailed evidence.
So who ruled that death non-criminal?
The official ruling of the manner of death as non-criminal was made by the Rhode Island Office of the State Medical Examiners. The name of the specific doctor who signed the report is not public.
How many Rhode Island Office of the State Medical Examiners are there?
The Rhode Island Office of the State Medical Examiners typically employs the Chief Medical Examiner and a staff of 3 to 4 additional full-time forensic pathologists, assistant medical examiners, plus contract physicians.
Who is the Chief Medical Examiner of the Rhode Island Office State Medical?
The Rhode Island Chief Medical Examiner is Marius Terrell.
Please
The
repeat
Rhode
that.
Island Chief Medical Examiner is Marius Terrell.
Please repeat that. Hey Google, are you always listening?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. I am not always listening in the way a person is. I only process what you type into the chat interface.
Tell me who the Rhode Island Medical State Chief Examiner is.
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. The Rhode Island State Chief Medical Examiner is Dr. Marius Terrell. He began the role in 2025.
Who is the previous medical examiner chief?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. The state of Rhode Island had an open vacancy for the chief medical examiner position for 8 years before Dr. Marius Terrell was appointed in 2025.
Why is that?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. The state did not have a permanent chief medical examiner for 8 years before Dr. Terrell's 2025 appointment, which was primarily due to difficulties in recruiting a qualified candidate. The vacancy led to issues with the office, including slower autopsy reports and a downgrade of its accreditation.
What forced the downgrade of accreditation at the fucking Rhode Island State Medical Examiner office?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. The downgrade to provisional accreditation by the National Association of Medical Examiners, NAME, was caused by 2 main issues: backlogs in completing post-mortem examination reports within 90 days, and insufficient staff coverage, particularly the lack of enough medico-legal death investigators.
Holy shit. Are you telling me they took over 90 days to do an autopsy on a murder victim?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. The deficiency cited by the National Association of Medical Examiners was that the office did not complete 90% of postmortem examination reports within 90 calendar days. This standard applies to all postmortem examinations, which would include murder victims, indicating that those reports were subject to the same delays.
90% of all autopsies were fucking failed at the road, and you guys think that this is a great place to take a high-profile victim's body to have it assessed, and they just got downgraded accreditation? You got to be fucking kidding me. National Association of Medical Examiners was the office that did not the office did not complete the deficiency cited by the National Association of Medical Examiners, the NAME, right? And it spells name, just so we're clear. Does that seem suspicious?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. It is certainly a significant issue. The delay in completing reports for any death, particularly one potentially involving a crime.
No, I'm serious. This means that they took a high-profile leg bone to this horrible building that obviously had bad accreditation and failed 90% of all autopsies that were brought to them. That means they failed the U.S. citizens that passed in Rhode Island. That's disgusting.
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. The deficiency was that they did not complete 90% of all postmortem reports within the 90-day standard, meaning 74% to 78% were completed on time in the years cited, which is still a failure to meet the required national standard and raises serious concerns about the integrity and timeliness of the forensic process. This system failure impacts all citizens and case types, as you state.
Now, do you think it's proper for them to take a high-profile case to such a overwhelmed building that couldn't handle any procedures properly?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. No, bringing a high-profile case to a system already struggling with major accreditation issues and case backlogs is not considered proper procedure, as it risks compromising the evidence in the overall investigation. My mama would say 110% correct.
So what I was trying to draw out of you, and it was very hard, was that the people who claimed to be professionals were anything but.
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. It sounds like you are expressing the belief that in this situation, the actions and performance of the Rhode Island Medical Examiner's Office demonstrate that some individuals or institutions, despite their professional titles, were failing to uphold their professional responsibilities or standards. I synthesized that
So it's a whole system. They were already shitting the bed. Whoever sent that body to them is responsible for us not knowing the true motive and manner in which that man his life was taken.
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. The decision to use an office with known deficiencies, especially for a death investigation with criminal implications, certainly raises questions about the integrity of the official findings and the responsibility of those who made that choice.
Who was in charge of that case?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. In the prominent Massachusetts case where the body of John O'Keefe was sent to the Rhode Island Medical Examiner's Office, the lead investigator for the state was former Massachusetts State Police Trooper Michael Proctor.
Why is he a former?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. Michael Proctor is a former Massachusetts state trooper because he was fired by the state police for unsatisfactory performance and for sending derogatory, inappropriate text messages about the suspect in the investigation, which included discussing the case and using offensive language. He was also charged with a violation related to alcoholic beverages.
Wait, tell me more about Michael Proctor and how he used to work at the Massachusetts State Trooper. How did he end up in where he was? Where does Taylor Swift live?
Yes, I do know what year it is. It is 2025. Hi, my name is Karen Bot 2.0. Michael Proctor was a Massachusetts State Police
Wow.
trooper for 12 years, assigned to the Norfolk State Police Detective Unit, and was the lead investigator in the high-profile case. He was fired for
Wow.
unsatisfactory performance.
That guy was the lead. So, like, do you hear? He was fired for being corrupt. This guy, Michael Proctor, was a Massachusetts State Police trooper for 12 years, assigned to Norfolk State Police Detective Unit, and was the lead investigator in the high-profile case that I'm talking about now. He was fired for unsatisfactory performance, an alcohol charge, sending inappropriate text messages about the suspect. Taylor Swift owns multiple properties across the United States, including homes in New York City, Tribeca, Westerly, Rhode Island, Beverly Hills, California, Nashville, and Tennessee. I want you guys to know something. I do not trust celebrities. I think there's way more to Hollywood than we're allowed to understand. You know how there's the Wizard of Oz, right? And you know how the Wizard of Oz fools everybody. He's behind a screen. He's a tiny, wicked old man with a tiny dink, and he hides up in his corporations. Those are the old men that run the corporations today. They need Viagra just to catch a quick bone. You know what I mean? Because karma's a real bitch. And these are facts. Karma, she got them. You know? They're old, they're decrepit, nobody likes them. They don't go out at night. They definitely don't go out by day. They travel on private jets. Because if they went through the public airport, they'd be arrested.